I never thought I'd be in a situation where I'd have to choose between my relationship with my mom and my own mental well-being. But here I am. I'm a 16-year-old guy, and my mom, who's in her 40s, teaches at my high school. It's always been a bit weird having her around, but I've managed to deal with it. That is until now. Our school has this program where students can become teachers' aides during their elective period. It's supposed to be this cool opportunity where you help out with grading papers, making copies, and even some mentoring. Usually, it's given to the teacher's favorite student at the time. No big deal, right? Well, it became a huge deal when I found out at the beginning of the semester that my mom had chosen Dave, a 17-year-old guy in my school, to be her TA. Now, you might be wondering why this is such a problem. Let me paint you a picture. Dave has been the bane of my existence since middle school. This guy has bullied me relentlessly, both physically and emotionally, since we were in 6th grade. I'm talking about years of torment that have left me with scars that run deeper than anyone can see. I don't want to get into all the gory details of what Dave's done to me over the years. It's painful to even think about, let alone recount. But trust me when I say it's been bad. Really bad. And it's not like this has been some secret either. Everyone knows about it. The school, my parents, probably half the town by now. There have been countless meetings with school administration, and Dave's been suspended more times than I can count. But none of it ever stopped him. High school has been a bit of a reprieve, I guess. I don't have to see him as much, which has been a huge relief. But the times I do run into him, they're always terrible. It's like he saves up all his cruelty for those moments when our paths cross. So, when I found out that my own mother, the person who's supposed to protect me and have my back no matter what, had chosen Dave as her new TA, I was beyond hurt. I was confused, angry, and felt utterly betrayed. How could she do this to me? Why would she want to spend extra time with someone who's made my life a living hell? I confronted her about it, trying to keep my emotions in check even though I was seething inside. Mom, I said, why would you want to spend extra time with someone who's made my life so terrible? I was hoping, praying even, that there was some kind of mistake or misunderstanding. But her response left me cold. She told me that she'd had Dave in one of her classes and that he really isn't such a bad kid. Can you believe that? She actually defended him to me, her own son. Then she dropped this bomb. Apparently, Dave has a really terrible home life that she can't tell me about, and that's what makes him act out. Now, I get it. My mom has always had a soft spot for kids who come from troubled homes. It's one of the things that makes her a great teacher. But this felt like a betrayal of the highest order. I reminded her of all the things Dave had done to me over the years. The physical abuse, the emotional torment, the constant fear and anxiety he's caused me. I laid it all out, hoping that maybe, just maybe, she'd remember that I'm her son and that my well-being should come first. Her response? I understand, but he really needs help right now. I was floored. I get that some kids need help, but why does it have to be at my expense? So I asked her, I get that, but why does it have to be you? We have a huge school full of teachers and staff who can mentor him. Why does it have to be you? And then came the kicker. She told me to stop being selfish and that some kids have it harder than I can imagine, and she's just trying to help. Selfish. She called me selfish for not wanting my bully to have special access to my mom and my home life. That was the moment something snapped inside me. I realized that if I didn't take a stand now, this situation would continue to eat away at me. Being grounded didn't change my mind. If anything, it strengthened my resolve. My dad then tried to force me to talk to her, but I stood my ground. I refused to break my silence. As the days turned into weeks, they started taking things away from me one by one. First, it was my car privileges. No more freedom to go out with friends or even just drive around to clear my head. Then they took my computer, cutting me off from my online support network and my escape into games and social media. Next to go was my guitar. Music has always been my outlet, my way of expressing the emotions I can't put into words. Losing that hit me hard, but I didn't break. Most recently, they've taken away my art supplies. Drawing and painting have been my lifeline, especially during this silent protest. But even without my art, I'm not giving in. Now, my daily routine consists of going to school, coming straight home, and being confined to my room except for dinner. I'm not allowed out for anything else. They seem to think that this isolation will break me, that I'll eventually cave and start talking to my mom again. What they don't realize is that this is just strengthening my resolve. I've made up my mind that I'm going to sit in this empty room every day in complete silence until I turn 18. And then, true to my word, they'll never see me again. It's not easy, I'll admit that. My mom keeps coming into my room, crying and begging me to talk to her. It tugs at my heartstrings, and there are moments when I almost break. I feel bad seeing her like this, knowing that I'm the cause of her tears. But then I remember that she still won't remove Dave as her aide. She's still choosing my tormentor over her own son. Sometimes, in the quiet of my room, I wonder if I'm taking this too far. Am I being unreasonable? Should I just suck it up and accept that my my mom wants to help this troubled kid, even if it means I have to deal with the constant reminder of my bully. But then I remember all the years of torment, all the times I've come home bruised and battered, both physically and emotionally. I think about how it feels to walk down the school hallways, always looking over my shoulder, never knowing when Dave might appear to make my life miserable. And I remember that my mom knows all of this and still chose him. The betrayal cuts deep. It's not just about Dave being her aide. It's about feeling like my own mother doesn't have my back. It's about feeling like my pain and suffering over the years mean nothing compared to whatever issues Dave is dealing with at home. It's about feeling like I'm not enough of a priority for my own mom. As the days go by, I've started to think about my future. If I'm really going to go through with this, if I'm really going to walk away when I turn 18, I need to have a plan. Some people have suggested joining the military, and I've considered it. But then I remembered that my school has this special trade program. The program is pretty cool. Actually, you go to our school for half a day, then spend the other half at our local community college taking trade classes. Depending on what you choose to study, you can get an associate's degree or whatever certifications you need by the time you graduate high school. It seems like the perfect way to prepare for independence. So, during lunch today, I went to see my guidance counselor. I told her I wanted to switch to the trade program. She seemed really surprised. I guess that's understandable, considering I've always been on the college track, taking AP classes and all that. She asked me why I wanted to change now, especially since I'm already so far along the college prep route. I didn't want to get into the whole mess with my mom and Dave, so I just told her that I needed to be ready for independence when I graduated, and this seemed like the best way. She said it might be too late to change this semester, but she would look into it for me and let me know. I'm really hoping it works out. It feels good to be taking some control over my future, even if everything else in my life feels like it's spiraling. As I sit here in my empty room, writing this out, I can't help but feel a mix of emotions. I'm angry at Dave for all he's put me through. I'm hurt and betrayed by my mom's actions. I'm frustrated with my dad for not understanding and siding with my mom. But underneath it all, there's a current of determination. I know this isn't going to be easy, but I'm committed to seeing it through. I guess what I'm really asking is, am I taking this too far? Is giving my mom the silent treatment and planning to cut ties with my family at 18 an overreaction? Or am I justified in feeling so betrayed? I just feel so lost and alone in all of this. Any advice or perspective would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for reading my story.